All right, what's up, everybody? Sorry I am late. I had to go help out a friend of mine that was having car problems. So we have a thunderstorm here, so like you can see it's raining outside, so might be a little bit wet actually. So I know it's a little bit late here for everybody that's in the central and East Coast time zone. Maybe some West Coasters will be here. Yeah, hey, Mike and Abel. I was just saying, I had to go help a friend of mine that was having car problems, and it's actually storming here in Oklahoma City, so you can probably see that I'm all wet from the rain. So what are you guys up to tonight? I was planning on getting on here about 9 o'clock. My friend calls me a little bit after 8, having car problems. So what's up, UNC Collector? Yeah, my friend was having car problems. Hey, JT, that's what she said. Yeah, my friend was having car problems a little after 8. I was like, yeah, I'll push it back till 10. And as you can tell, it took a little bit longer than what I had anticipated. I thought I would. My plan was to get on here, and I've got a couple of care packages that I haven't been able to show you. Well, I guess I could have shown them, but I haven't yet. I just haven't really made a lot of videos lately. Just kind of dealing with this new world that we live in for the time being. So, yeah, interesting stuff, huh? I guess I can show off some of these cards. I saw that somebody had posted that, PSA posted a couple of days ago that they were going to have to close down, I guess because Orange County had basically told them that all non-essential businesses were having to close down. And yeah, Vintage Oddball, you're right. So PSA, I guess as of tomorrow, is back in business. So there we go. How is it where you guys are? Like, are you guys still going into work or working from home? Or actually, I had to make the decision today. I guess I didn't have to, but I made the decision today, like, to close my business for like 2 weeks, just to kind of see where we're at maybe 2 weeks from now. So I had to let everybody know that I was going to be down for a couple of weeks. Let me start off. I was going to show these cards that I haven't finalized the submission yet, but these are just some cards that I'm thinking about submitting to PSA. So, of course, the classic 90 Fleer Jordan, Pete Alonso Heritage rookie. I don't know about this one yet. Like I said, some of these, this is just a Trae Young base from this year. I haven't even checked the prices on these to see if they're even worth submitting, even if you get a 10. Some of these, DeAndre Hunter. I was just kind of, looking through some of the very limited Prism cards that I have this year. I was only able to get a very small amount when it first came out. Haven't seen any since. Thibault, the red, white, and blue. Bol base. Let's see here. A couple of this guy, Romeo Langford. Not sure what his and the 10 are bringing. Jackson Hayes. There's a Thibault base. Alexander Walker. What's up, Ron Fig? Yeah, Canadian Mike, you've been working at home for 13 months. So, yeah, you're just right at home. Pascal, he was playing pretty good early in the season. I don't know how he's doing now. Cam Reddish. This guy actually, I know his stuff has spiked a lot recently. There's a Kevin Porter, red, white, and blue, and a couple of his base. Let's see what else we got here. This is a collegiate silver. Rui. There's the silver Bowl. Don't know if he will ever amount to anything. Jalen Hands, silver. Oh, yeah, so you're out at least until May, huh? LA Collection, these are actually, I pulled these like when Prism first came out. I haven't really seen any Prism since it first came out. There's a Kobe White base. Steph Curry silver. Trying to run through these. Here's the Alexander Walker silver. He's actually the cousin of SGA that plays for the Thunder. This is a Donruss, just the base Donruss of Zion. So PSA was closed. They're going to be open tomorrow, if I read things correctly. Julio Rodriguez, I know Filmington's pretty high on him. Let's see, what else do we got here? These were both sent to me by Up North Collectors. Darius Baisley got the silver and the green. Let's see, here's a couple of Russell Westbrooks. Got a Prism purple and then a select. Number to 99 on the select. Kevin Porter silver. LeBron, the pink ice out of the Walmart Megas. Here's some of the, about to get into some of the better ones here. This is a cool card here. The 97 Topps Chrome Chicago Bulls celebrating their 96-97 championship. I'm actually really excited for that series they're going to be starting on the Bulls to come out. Here's a Westbrook Galactic. This one is from 17-18. I bought this raw, like, I don't know, maybe a couple of months back. So I'm going to send that one in. Westbrook Gold Prism, numbered to 10 from this year. And then the last two, we got the Patrick Mahomes Galactic from Unparalleled. And then we've got the Russell Westbrook Galactic from this year. So, yeah, I still have to, kind of go through these a little bit, look a little bit closer. I'm sure there's some of these that'll probably get kicked out as I kind of inspect them a little bit more. But, yeah, some of these will be going off to PSA at some point in time. So let's look at the care packages that I've got over. I got a couple here over the last, I don't know, month or two. This first one came with a note here. It says, Andy, enjoy. Thanks for everything, Jeremy, IPTTM. So very cool. Thank you, Jeremy. It kind of blew me away whenever I saw this in a video of his. He said that he was thinking of me whenever he saw this card at a card show, and then he just sent it to me. So I was like, wow, that's sweet. It's the Russell Westbrook Orange All-Star Prism. That was out of 1516. So once again, thanks, Jeremy, for that. I appreciate that. That'll go into the Westbrook collection. And then we've got another from my man JT, Triple Crown 24. I don't know why this thing is not wanting to focus. There it goes. Wish the cards would focus that good. That's JT's card. And a little bit of a note here. Andy, as a wise man once said, oh, nice. Your friend JT. And some people will kind of get that. Some people may not. That's a noise that only Eric, those back pages, can make, right? Looking there, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. Yes, I am a Westbrook collector. 2018, I pulled a green. Wow, nice. That's awesome. What's up, Phil? I just showed, I don't know if you saw it, man, but your boy, Julio Rodriguez, just a base. I was kind of going through some stuff that may get sent in on a PSA submission. But here's the card that JT sent me. He pulled this and sent it my way. The Blue Velocity, Darius Baisley. Hopefully, if they get back to playing NBA this season, hopefully he will be back at some point. He had a knee injury, so yeah. I think he's got a lot of talent. So we'll see. We'll see what he can do. So Phil, I did see your video that you put out the other day with Sports Card Investor. That was some interesting stuff. I enjoyed the back and forth on that. So that was cool to watch. That's one thing I'm going to try to do over the next couple of weeks while I'm stuck at home, is try to catch up on some videos. Man, I just haven't. I guess like everybody else, I've just had a lot of other stuff on my mind lately, so I haven't been able to watch as many videos and comment on as many videos as I normally do, and as many as I would like to. So yeah, hopefully I will get back to doing that. So I just thought tonight we could pull out some oh, no worries, man. You're late. I was late too. So I got a stack of slabs here that we could look at. Oh, that's funny, Phil. Oh, well, I mean, if he has a testimonial calling him authentic, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's good enough, right? Let's see what Canadian Mike says. What's everyone's opinion on this? If the NBA stays shut down, will they give out awards for Rookie of the Year? Yes, Mike, I would say so. And I think it would be Giannis for the MVP and Ja Morant for Rookie of the Year. I don't think Zion's just, I mean, he just didn't play enough games. Abel, yeah, I mean, Abel, I definitely haven't found any optic basketball. So yeah, focusing on Prism singles, cool. Looks like the Rockets might trade Harden and build around Russ. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. That would be interesting. So let's just show off a few cards here. If you guys have any questions or got anything you guys want to talk about or anything, just let me know. But I'll just kind of flash some cards up here. And, some of you guys, if you follow the channel, you've probably seen most, if not all, of these before. Trae Young, the Optic Orange. PSA 10. These are numbered to 199. Let's see here. Not now. It seems that Russ. Oh yeah, Russ. I mean, in my opinion, Russ is always the man. Art of baseball. So yeah. So interesting enough, like if you guys have been following the prices of cards lately, you've probably noticed a dip in most everyone. This is one of the few guys and one of the few cards that I've been watching that's actually been going up. Patrick Mahomes. I guess, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess the theory behind that would be that, obviously he just came off the Super Bowl win, and I'm thinking a lot of people might be thinking that the NFL season may not be affected by this. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of crazy that it didn't really spike after the Super Bowl, but now it is. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what to think about like this guy's cards right now. I haven't been tracking a lot of them. Some of you guys can maybe chime in, but this is the Acuna. This is the gold. I wish this thing would focus, man. Crazy. So these are numbered to 50. I picked this up several months back. It's pretty nice looking card, I must say. Let's see. The Acuna orange refractor in a 10. Now, even if these like cards, and see like cards like this, like I don't know. I don't worry about these being affected long term, I guess, by this. I mean, I worry a little bit about, maybe he like breaks a leg or something and, maybe doesn't pan out. That would worry me a little bit, but little vintage, little Hank Aaron, PSA 4. This is definitely one of my favorites in the collection. A little more vintage. 52 Topps Willie Mays. I just always like this card because of the centering. It does have like a little bit of surface scuffing, but I bought this a couple years ago at the National, and it's just been one of my favorites. Let's see. What is the reason for a full month, 30 or so games for MLB preseason? Mostly for pitchers. Man, that's a good question, Abel. I can tell you if they get back relatively quickly, they're going to try to squeeze in a full season, man. Whether that means expansion of rosters, lots of double headers. That's a good point, Phil. Cabrera, yeah, he only has to be hot for 7 weeks to win the MVP. Oh, thanks, Alex. So this is another one I've had for several years. This is the Westbrook Topps Chrome Refractor in a 10. My camera, this webcam just really sucks as far as focusing. So this card, this might be like the toughest Topps Chrome basketball refractor of a star player to get in a 10. Like this one, there's only 4 PSA 10s of this card, which, by today's standards is, that's pretty low. And it's not like it's a short printed card or anything. I mean, it's just the base refractor. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was the positioning on the sheet, the way it was cut or whatever, but like the color refractors from that particular card are like way easier to get a 10 on than the base. And just the Topps Chrome base of that card is pretty tough as well. So we looked at this year's Galactic a little bit earlier. That's last year's. Kind of what last year's looks like. Yeah. Lots of shine, lots of shine. And then here's vintage oddball cards. Let's see here. I guess I could start showing these, that way people know what the heck I'm talking about. Has Westbrook's prices changes now that he's on a different team? I would say they might be down a little bit. But it's not like a big difference. It's a good question, though. I wish they were down a little bit. I could buy more. This is the 2017, the Showstopper Galactic. I really like the Showstoppers better than the base even. So this card, actually, I picked up 2 of these at the same time from the same guy. One of them got a 10 and the other one got an 8. Is there a ton of difference in the condition of them? I don't know. I mean, maybe like on the back, maybe a little bit. But these are both numbered to 50. So those are tough to find. So I was happy to get those. This might be my favorite Westbrook card I have, the 2013 Gold Prism. I just love like the design on this year of Prism. Like so much of the gold just really pops. And let's stick with the gold theme here. The 2016 gold. There, it actually focused for a second. That's amazing. And then the 17 gold. The Art of Baseball. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they probably have gone up a little bit recently. I don't know that they're as high as they were, like obviously at his peak here in Oklahoma City. But yeah, they probably have gone up a little bit though, since he has been playing so well, or was playing so well before they stopped playing. The orange. These are numbered to 60. A little bit of soccer. The Neymar Jr. Showstopper Galactic. If I can tilt this maybe a little bit, I don't know. I just hate this glare. And a little kaboom. And a little Tom Brady, little optic downtown. Those are really cool in person. Yeah, JT. I'm a big proponent of trying to trade up, if that makes sense. Like I'll go through stretches where, I buy a lot of, lower end cards, and maybe I get them graded. Maybe I keep a few and then sell the rest. And then, maybe like to try to upgrade to one or two bigger cards. And, it just kind of keeps the collection relatively small, but it keeps it to where like everything that I have, I really truly enjoy. Yeah, this is big news here, Abel. Like Tom Brady in Tampa. What do you guys think about that? Like, I guess here's a question. Do you guys think that Brady in Tampa will be better than the Patriots without him? Like, who's going to have the better record next year out of the Patriots and the Buccaneers? I think it will be Tampa Bay, just because I don't really know what the Patriots are going to do at quarterback. Like, a lot of people mention Andy Dalton as a possibility, maybe trading for him. I've even heard Cam Newton, or they could go with Stidham. I just don't see any of those guys. I mean, as good as Belichick and the Patriots are, it's going to be tough to win without. It's tough to win in the NFL without an elite quarterback. Okay, Canadian Mike says Stidham. Yeah, you think so? You think they'll go with him? I don't know, man. That seems kind of risky. Yeah, JT, it's definitely going to take a while to get used to seeing that after you've seen him in the Patriots jersey for 20 years. I think I heard where he was the first player in NFL history to play 20 years with a team and then switch teams, which it's kind of a, one of those stats where, how many players play 20 years period. So let's see. Yeah, that should be a fun one, Abel. Tampa at the Raiders, Sunday Night Football, Week 1. So will you go to that, Abel? Do you think you'll go to a lot of the Raiders games now that they're in Vegas? That's going to be interesting. I mean, to see, well, first off, if we need to get all these other sports back up and going first. I'm still hopeful that the basketball season won't be completely lost. I'd like to see, obviously, it all depends on, what's going on, but it would be great if they could find a way to come back, play a couple, handful of regular season games just to kind of get the guys in shape for the playoffs, and then maybe like an abbreviated first couple of rounds of the NBA playoffs. Parking's going to be a mess, Abel says. Okay. Oh, so how are you you're a 49? How are you going to be a 49ers fan when you're going to have your own team there? Nah, man, I get it. Before the Thunder came here to Oklahoma, from Seattle, I was a big Chicago Bulls fan growing up. I grew up during the Jordan era, so huge Bulls fan. Jordan, Pippen, Rodman. That's why I'm really hoping that, I kind of mentioned this earlier, I'm hoping they pull that documentary series, The Last Dance. I'm hoping that they push the release date of that up. I know it's supposed to be like in June, but they have a lot of airtime that they need to fill up right now. So I would think that would be a great opportunity with everybody at home to go ahead and push that out and really maximize your viewing audience at this time. that's something that I've got to think about too here for the next couple of weeks being at home is like maybe you guys can help me out with this. Like what are some of the series or shows that you guys are watching right now during this downtime? I watched the series on Netflix, Pandemic, and I don't know if that was a really good idea to watch that. It was really good. It was really informative, and they followed around. I think it was like 4 or 5, different doctors, and man, one of the doctors. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I'll just tell you a little bit. One of the doctors that they kind of followed the story, and this was during the flu season. I don't know if it was last year or a couple of years back, but one of the doctors was from here in Oklahoma in like a really small town. So, it's a really small hospital, and she was essentially having to work like 72-hour shifts. So her and her husband actually had a room in the hospital where they would stay for during her shift. So they would like cook up there and everything. It was interesting, but yeah, it's an interesting and informative series. But oh man, the timing of the release was scary to say the least. But yeah, other than that, I'm trying to think of what else I've been watching. What did I watch the other day? I finished. Oh gosh, what was that series called now? Let me take a look here really fast. Okay. So I finished watching the first 2 seasons of True Detective. That's an HBO series. I was really surprised about how much I liked that show. The first season, I think, was better than the second, and then I haven't watched the third yet. But the first season had Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, and I think they actually have something to do with the show as far as I don't know if they're like executive producers or writers or what, but the first season was really good. The second season had Vince Vaughn, Colin Farrell, Rachel McAdams. It was really good as well. So yeah. So yeah, I'm just kind of at this point just looking for anything to keep me somewhat occupied. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Mike. And that's funny. That's if you saw like some of my first videos that I put out, a couple years ago, I was trying to complete a high grade 1994 Topps Finest football refractor set. And man, what a difficult set to do in high grade. It was fun for a while, but I'm the type of person like when I get involved in a set build or something like that, which is kind of I know that Mike, you're doing you're kind of slowly doing the T206 set. It's amazing like how much you can really get into that stuff, and man, I was like in it hardcore as far as like every time one of the high grade ones popped up on eBay or anywhere, like I just felt like I had to buy it. Yeah, I made a dent in it for sure. And I actually completed I had because what I would do a lot of times, like if somebody had a raw set, because I ended up having like 3 complete raw sets, and I would buy like big lots of those refractors, and then I would kind of pick through them. So So I sent in a lot of these cards myself to get graded. Oh my goodness. We got Mark is in the house, man. Anytime I get to put up this mug right here, I can't miss out on that. So Mark, how is your job right now? Like I was telling everybody earlier that I made the decision today to go ahead and close my office for the next 2 weeks and then kind of reassess things at that point and kind of make a decision on whether or not to open back up or, hold out a little bit longer. My thinking on it was I thought I would go ahead and make that decision before they make it for me, essentially, because I think at this point that kind of seems to be the trajectory that this thing is going in, where everybody's going to be affected for sure. Hey, you said it, man. I didn't say it. Yeah, I wouldn't think that would, what you do, I wouldn't think that would be a job that you can probably do from home. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but there's a tremendous amount of rain coming down here right now. That's what anybody that didn't catch the opening of this live feed, I had planned on being on here originally at 9 o'clock, and I had a friend that called me that about 10 after 8, and they were having car problems. So I was like, I'm going to go help them out. So I originally pushed it back to 10, thinking that I would be back in time. And man, I didn't get on here till I don't know, a little after 10:30. And I came in and my hoodie was all wet, and because it is just pouring down rain here. Thunder, I don't know if you can hear that. Lightning. Yeah. 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 You could make a pretty good case that a big part of the country has kind of already, good grief. I know you guys had to see that lightning there in the window. Yeah, did you see that, Mike? Yeah, wow, that's right. I'm right here next to it. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, man, season 1 of True Detective was legit. I thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, run, Andy, run. Yeah, season 1 was awesome. Season 2, it took me a couple of episodes to get into it, but I really enjoyed it. I haven't even started season 3 yet. Abel, I get used to this stuff here in Oklahoma. We have a little bit of everything, thunder, lightning, tornadoes, occasional earthquake. It is what it is. Do I need to take shelter? Possibly. Will I? I'll hang out here with you guys until it gets serious, possibly. So yeah. Tell me, what are some of the shows that you guys are watching, or movies or documentaries? Because man, I'm stuck here at home for the next 2 weeks. And even this last week, other than going into work, I would just go to work, and I made a few stops at the grocery store, which is probably one of the worst places that you can go right now. But you have to have food, right? Other than that, I've just been here at home for the past week, and now the next couple of weeks, man, I'm not even going to be able to go to work. So, okay, Abel, let me pop this up here. I didn't see that, buddy. The looming tower, 9/11 show depicting CIA first. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Like I get interested in stuff like that. The McDonald's monopoly. That's okay. I have heard some stuff about that. That's one I'll definitely try to check out. I know. I think on HBO. What was there I saw recently that I was wanting to watch? It was a movie. Oh, you guys are gonna have to help me out here. It's the movie. The movie about the guy, and I guess he supposedly wakes up one day and no one's heard of the Beatles. I can't. What is the name of it? It's like one of their songs, I think, is the name of it, but I can't even. All this thunder and lightning has got me. The best baseball documentary ever is free to stream now. Are we talking about the Ken Burns baseball, or because there's a lot of good baseball documentaries out there? I mean, that's probably in my opinion, the best one. Here's one for you guys. If you haven't watched it, it's really good. I think this is on Netflix. It's called the Battered Bastards of Baseball. It's pretty awesome. You guys need to check that out if you haven't seen it. Oh, and here Mark helped me out yesterday. Yeah. So I'll definitely be checking that out. I don't know. Earlier I got bored today, just kind of going through like some of the Netflix stuff. I was, putting some stuff down in my watch list. Yes, Canadian Cards. Yes. So have you seen it, Mike? It's Kurt Russell, though. Yes, Mark, the Ken Burns one, baseball. Anybody that hasn't seen that, man, you will have like a totally new appreciation for some of the just crazy characters in baseball back in the early days. I mean, wow, some of those guys. I'm trying to think off the top of my head some of the crazier guys that they talk about. Oh gosh, who was the pitcher? Oh, Rube Waddell. Rube Waddell. If anybody hasn't heard stories about that guy, I couldn't tell you which episode it's in of that series. Maybe like the second or third where they talk about him. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but if nothing else, if you don't watch that, at least look up like crazy stories about Rube Waddell. Just Google it. I mean, you want to talk about just I can't even imagine the media attention that guy would get in today's climate. Yeah. This is true. That is one of the many things that he did. And one of the things, and this was a characteristic of a lot of the players back in that time, he had what we might call a little bit of a drinking problem. And I'm not talking about Coke Zero. He enjoyed. He looked like a bourbon guy. I don't know. I can't verify that, but he definitely looked like more of a hard liquor guy than I would say a beer man. A little more bang for his buck type of guy. Yeah, just a bit. So do you guys got any topics that you guys want to talk about? Yeah. This is true. This is true. Oh my gosh, Abel. Hopefully you stocked up, buddy. They haven't went quite that far here yet. They have closed up some of the casinos here, so I know some of the locals that like to throw the dice and gamble it up a little bit are probably a little distraught at the moment. But I mean, to me that was like a no-brainer. If you're going to shut down anything, casinos, I don't know. I mean, I know Abel's been in casinos, but I don't know about some of you other guys, but they're absolutely filthy places. I mean, if you want to talk about some of the people always joke about the National having a lot of like, dirty, stinky people, which I think that's kind of overblown. There's always a few, but casinos, man, gosh, you see people in there that look like they haven't showered in weeks, and everybody's touching everything, the machines, and it's just and then if you're playing cards, I mean, literally every hand they deal out the cards and everyone's touching them. And it's not like they hand sanitize the cards after every hand or anything. Oh, wow. Yeah. All casinos are closed there. Yeah. I mean, Vegas without casinos, I mean, I can't even imagine what that is doing to the local economy there. Are the hotels shut down as well, Abel? Wow. All casinos. See, like here in Oklahoma, I know they've shut down several, but I don't know about all of them. We have more casinos per capita than any state. And then the WinStar Casino, which is close to the Texas border, it's actually, I don't know if it still is or not, but they advertise it as the largest casino in the world. And if it's not, it's definitely second. And a lot of people will ask, people hear that and they think that's crazy. But the reasoning for that is because Texas, this is like, 10 miles from the Texas border. Texas does not have legalized gambling. So 90% of the people that are in this, technically Oklahoma casino are from Texas. Because, Texas, they like to, they're kind of like, they like to go out the back door of the bar. They want to believe that their state is above having casinos, but lots of them like to gamble. I know that. No, I say that because I have several friends that obviously that live in Texas, and they frequent the casinos. Wow. Yeah, man. See, that is just crushing to a business like that. I mean, that's not even worth having the electricity on. They're losing a lot of money there. Interesting point right here. Nats Man 72. I mean, I can see that. I expect there to be a lot of action on eBay, honestly, because like you said, people are going to be at home and there's going to be I mean, there's going to be people making impulse buys that they probably shouldn't be, under the current circumstances. But that's what happens. We sit around the house so long, and you can't go out and do anything. You're going to make some bad decisions, right? That's just human nature. Yes, post it, Mark. There's like so many great quotes in that documentary. Yeah, Nats, man. Yeah, you're right, man. Like that's what we do, right? You give us too much time to sit around and think, and there's gonna be some bad decisions made financially, you know. Oh, here we go. Baseball has these absolutely unique sounds, the sounds of spring and summer. The sound of the ball against the bat is absolutely extraordinary. Oh, and here's more. I don't know any American male that doesn't hear that in the springtime and get called back to some moment in the past. Yes. There's so many great quotes in that series. So many. So let me ask you guys this question. How many of you guys are you guys selling any cards right now? And I mean, I'll just be honest. Like, I'll start. I have sold some stuff in the last couple of days, and it wasn't like it was like a desperate move necessarily, but it was something that because if I'm going to be off for at least the next couple of weeks, and who knows past that, and then who knows what my business will be like even after we can start working again, because a lot of that depends on the economy and how much money disposable income people have. But I have sold a few things in the past couple of days just to kind of, it just kind of made me feel better having a little extra cash. Like there's always going to be cards. Like if I want to go back later and buy some of the stuff back, I mean, I always can, but I just kind of felt that the cash right now would kind of make me feel a little bit better about the situation. I wouldn't be as stressed out while I'm sitting around here at home doing nothing for the next couple of weeks. Okay, yes, selling. So what kind of stuff have you been selling, Nats man? What's up, Curtis? Glad to have you in here, buddy. Trying to pop these up here, like, because a lot of people, when they watch these videos, like on playback, they're not going to be watching it with the comments on. So this kind of like lets them know kind of what the heck we're talking about. Man, I don't know, Abel. I don't know how they're going to deal with that. Honestly, that's a good question. And I don't even know if they've thought that far ahead yet. Hopefully they have. Hopefully they do have some kind of plan in place. I don't know, Mark. I mean, I think I think some things will be hit harder than others in the card market. Um, I think the stuff that's more common will probably be hit harder just because I feel like there are going to be a lot of sellers out there, and a lot. If you have a lot of sellers and they're selling, similar things, and then you're probably going to have fewer buyers. I think some of the harder to get stuff, I totally I think your Soto, your Topps Chrome Update Refractor, I think it's a good hold if you can, because that card's. I know it went up in the last couple of months. I'm not sure what it's at now, but dude, that card was selling for $1,000 in a 10, just maybe a week and a half ago. Canadian Mike, just holding. That's a good idea if you can. Anybody that can, I would advise that. It's probably smart, just like it is with, the stock market. I think anybody that can, ride it out is probably going to be doing themselves a favor. That's just my opinion. I'm no expert in this or anything else for that matter, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, if you need cash, it's always a great time to sell, right, Mark? I sold a couple of things just to kind of feel better, just to have that extra cash. And and by no means am I going to be getting out of the hobby. Even if I had to sell everything right now, which I don't, but if I did, I would still get back into the hobby as soon as things get back to normal. That's just me. I like it too much. Let's see. A pending SGC 10 Gold Soto due on Friday. Got it for asking. Nice. Can't hide money. If I had any right now, I would try to hide it. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you on that, Mark. I think there's definitely going to be. I'm just saying, I think there's probably going to be, some sort of dip probably across the board. But I do think that the harder to find stuff, more unique stuff, I think is probably going to hold its value more now. And not to say that some of the other stuff won't rebound eventually, but I think that stuff to me is more stable. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, Abel. A lot of people that were thinking that same thing last week. I kind of thought that last week, and it wasn't. It's hard to say right now whether it is a good time or not, because things are just so up and down. The market will be up 1,000 points one day, 2,000 down. It'll come roaring back 1,500, then it'll go down another 23. It's just, there's just no stability. So, man, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert in that or anything else. Yeah, I can see that. I'm trying to pump up as many of these comments here as possible, just so we kind of all know what's going on here. That's a good point. That is a very good point, Mark. And I've thought about that. And a lot of times, I was thinking about this earlier whenever I decided I was going to sell a couple of things. Yeah, I hear you, Alex. It is, and that's, man, that's one of the reasons I haven't made a lot of videos lately either. It's just been kind of. I mean, hopefully over the next couple of weeks, I'll put out some content just to have something to do. But yeah, I mean, it's been hard to think about other things. I totally get that, man. That's a great point. You know, I've been watching that fairly closely, and they are really adamant that they are not going to shut it down. But I don't know, man. It may get to a point where they have to for a while. I don't know. That's something to think about for sure. No, Mark. I mean, I totally get it, dude. Um, no, I mean, I wouldn't think you were being negative at all. Like, reality is reality, buddy. Um, when things are down, they're down. Whether we say they are or not, whether we want them to be, or the numbers don't lie. So, uh, yeah, you're totally right. You can't. Sometimes we want to deny things, but let's see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they're still trying to put together some different packages. I know. So, but yeah, you're right. It's totally different. Um, yeah, this is just. I mean, it's different than pretty much anything I've seen. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mark. It is. It's kind of it's peaceful, right? You can hear the rain and the thunder, see the occasional lightning strikes over here. Very peaceful, very peaceful. So what else you guys got? You guys got anything else you wanna talk about before I hop off here? Anybody got any interesting topic or observation, opinion, threat, anything? I'm open to anything. Okay, let's see here. When you compare, for example, your Acuna Gold versus the Russell Gold, how cool is it that you're one of 50 or 10 you own that card, and do you own multiple of same year? Yeah, it's always cool, Abel, and those are typically cards that I will either save up to buy, or I will accumulate a lot of smaller stuff and then sell that stuff to buy a card like that. And as far as multiples go, there are certain cases where I will like I just happen to know a guy that had two of these, so I bought both of them at the same time. This was probably, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and those are numbered to 50. So I do have multiples of that card, but it's just, man, it's just one of my favorite cards. So um, other than that, I don't think I have any other right now that I have multiples of. Um, let's see here. What else we got? Does that mean you're going to get snow? And I mean, who knows, dude? It's Oklahoma. The one thing we know about the weather here is, it can be sunny and 70, 80 one day, and then it may be we may get sleet the next day. It's a good question, Mark. I think one of the cards that I would like to get is the 2008 Exquisite Russell Westbrook, the RPA. Those, and it's weird because that year, most of the years they're numbered to 99, but that year they're numbered to 225. And I would probably like to get like a BGS 8.5 or something like that. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Like the first reason is I can't afford a PSA 10. Like I think a PSA 10 of that card is probably, close to 10 grand, where you can get an 8.5 for probably, right now you could probably get one for 12 to 1400, maybe once things get back to normal, they may be like, I don't know, 1500 to 2000, which is still expensive, but it's more attainable. But so that's one reason. The second reason is the PSA 10s and BGS 9.5s. A lot of them are probably trimmed or altered, because if you know much about exquisite cards, they're so thick, and those are just so hard to grade. They come out of the boxes like damaged so often. So yeah, that's one of the cards I would like to get for sure. And odds are, if things keep going the way they are now, if we have a national, which I'm still optimistic that we will, that may be the only card I get to buy. Like if I buy one that expensive, I mean, who knows? I may not be able to afford anything else. Yeah, man, I'm a big fan of that too, Abel. If I can, like, if I have a card that I really like and it's a low number card, yeah, I like owning multiples of them if I can. Any advice? One of the best pieces of advice that I could give to anybody starting a channel is just to, try to be yourself. I would try to watch as many other channels and as you can, and try to comment on those channels. Try to build friendships in the community, because that's the kind of people that I like to watch. I mean, just from my point of view, I like to watch people that are friends of mine. I like to see what they're up to, and that's a good way to build up your channel, is to build friendships with other YouTubers. Yeah, that's a good point about Alex there, because it's easy to do, man. It's easy to burn yourself out doing videos. And yeah, don't worry about like I think like when I first started this, like I would say like the first 5 or 6 videos I did, probably like within the first week or two that they were out, they may have had like 10 views or less. You just got to make quality content, be yourself, and just kind of let be patient, because if you're making good content, people are going to notice and they'll start watching. Yeah, this is yeah, see, that's good advice there by Mark. And that is very important. Make videos for yourself that you enjoy. Oftentimes, you see people that are trying to appeal to everyone, trying to get the views. But if you're not enjoying the process of making the videos and having fun with it, I mean, it's not really worth it. Thanks, Mike. Have a good night, man. Yeah, I'll probably hop off here in a second. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give, and not that I know anything about about building a big channel or anything. But I will say this. One thing I have noticed, like in this community, and once again, this is not because I have a big channel, because I don't, but a lot of the people I know, they do have a big channel for this community, not like for YouTube, but in this card community, some of the people that have bigger channels. Once you get to like a certain level of subscribers, you start getting some strange people commenting on your videos. And man, I don't even know if I would want to get to that level. Like, I've talked to several people about that. Like, man, I don't even know how you deal with some of these people that come in posting just crazy stuff, coming at you like personally. And I don't know. I mean, I've got pretty thick skin when it comes to that stuff, but I would probably just get tired of it after a while. Everybody's got those guys, but I mean, even us, relatively smaller channels still get the occasional person like the gentleman that Mark was referencing. And the bigger channels, man, the more it's just a numbers game. The more subscribers and viewers that you have, the more of those types of people you'll have to deal with. Yeah, I would guess that he probably, because Caesar has an awesome channel and he appeals to, a wide variety of people. Like, I would assume that there's probably people that would watch his channel that they're not even that much into cards, but he's just, so entertaining and energetic. So yeah, he probably gets some interesting viewers. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the best way to do it, Mark, is just kind of laugh it off, I try not to take any of this, too seriously. I mean, for the most part, I mean, we have a few female viewers, a few female creators, but for the most part, we're just a bunch of dudes looking at cards. So probably if you're at a party, it's probably not something that you're going to go around and brag about, right? Yeah. No. Yeah, Kevin, you're late to the party, but that's okay, bud. I was too. So oh yeah, man. Thanks for hopping in, Abel. Good talking to you, man. Yeah, you too. Be safe. Yeah, there's always people that if you say something that could be even remotely controversial, or it doesn't even have to be that controversial. It could just be someone doesn't agree with you. They sometimes will, come at you hard. I guess that's, to an extent, that's just something that you have to deal with because, we're on here voluntarily, so we kind of put ourselves out there. So sorry, guys, I'm a little parched. I need to take a sip. Oh, it's so good. Once it hits your lips, it's so good. Yeah, you're right, Kevin. A bunch of dudes looking at cards of a bunch of dudes. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you hopping in and chatting with me for a little while here. I'll try to put some kind of content together this week. I'll try to think of something that could be interesting yet informative. So yeah. All right, guys. Oh yeah, Kevin gets that on blowout, man. That's a. I've been on blowout for a lot of years, and man, blowout's a place where I'm kind of afraid to comment a lot of times. Like, I'll go in there and look at stuff just to kind of see what's going on. But man, you say anything that somebody doesn't like in there and you get ran out of the place. All right, guys. So everybody, once again, thanks for hopping in and chatting it up. And you guys, wherever you are in the country, I hope that things are okay there, and hopefully they'll continue to improve. I mean, this is just like a temporary thing for us. You know, it's going to be challenging. I'm not going to lie, but we'll all get through this and hopefully get back to some normalcy here. Hopefully sometime soon. All right, guys, take care, and I will catch you later. Peace.